Hello and welcome. Since 2016, there have been 3 candidates for president, all of whom have been found to be in possession of classified documents. The general public is unaware of the contents of President Joe Biden's manila folder in his Penn Biden Center office or garage. We don't know for sure what documents the FBI took pictures of on the floor at the Mar-a-Lago resort owned by former President Donald Trump. Although we do know that dozens of those documents were retroactively classified years after the fact, long after the existence of her private email server became a political albatross, we do not even know for certain what documents were on Hillary Clinton's email server. Political headaches for previous presidential candidates from both parties have resulted from classified documents appearing in email, offices, a storage room, and a garage. The U.S. government's classification system is broken up into separate organizations, hard to follow, and not used consistently. On Sunday, I attempted to locate a written estimate of the government's annual production of classified information, but was unsuccessful. The majority of the information classified by the government is placed under classification by default, as a derivative classification decision, as Brian Greer, a former CIA lawyer, explains in a fascinating Twitter thread. He cites an estimate from the National Archives Information Security Oversight Office from 2016 that states that 44 million pages of U.S. government documents were declassified and more than 102 million pages were reviewed for declassification. This indicates that the government did not declassify the majority of what it could that year. Explains that various government agencies used 2,116 distinct security classification guides to classify documents. According to the archives, these should be evaluated and simplified in a comprehensive manner that still takes into account the various requirements of the 18 distinct U.S. intelligence agencies. As I wrote in August, there are actually a lot of people who have access to top-secret data. Security clearance determinations is referred to as an annual report that is published by the Director of National Intelligence. However, the most recent one I was able to locate was from 2017. It states that as of October 2017, over 2.8 million people had security clearances, with over 1.6 million having access to either confidential or secret information, and nearly 1.2 million having access to top-secret information. Additional individuals possess a security clearance but do not yet have access to information. This includes contractors, civilian employees, and a lot of other information that the government kept secret long after it was needed. Consider the CIA's recent release of documents pertaining to the 1960 assassination of JFK. Or, as an editorial in the Washington Post points out, the absurdity of the 18-year secrecy surrounding President George W. Bush's and Vice President Dick Cheney's interviews with the 9/11 Commission. The Post's editorial board offers some suggestions, one of which might be to eliminate the lowest category, confidential. Acknowledging a problem. A comprehensive review of the classification system was initiated by Biden's White House in June, prior to reports that either Trump or Biden had improperly or accidentally kept classified documents. According to the Wall Street Journal, that was in response to a request made by senators who alleged that the classification system incurs annual costs of $18.5 billion for taxpayers. The Journal also reported on a letter that the Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, sent to the senators in response, in which she stated that overclassification poses a threat to national security. She stated, "I believe that by preventing us from sharing information in a timely manner, deficiencies in the current classification system undermine our national security and critical democratic objectives."